Verstappen's lead, Vettel's retirement, and Ricciardo's sacking have all distracted us from a grim reality, a reality that's getting closer every day. Lewis Hamilton may end up breaking a record, but not in a good way, folks. How did we go from a 7-time world champion to a bloke who's on the brink of his first ever winless season? Let's find out. First up, how did we get here? Even if you don't watch F1, chances are you've heard the name Lewis Hamilton before, and there's a very good reason for that. He's simply the best. The veteran has won 7 world championships and shares the record with just one other racer, Michael Schumacher. His first win was in 2008, and then after a 6-year-long break from being the world champion, he won again in 14 and 15. Then in 16, we had Nico Rosberg who won, but even he was from Mercedes. And then what Hamilton achieved was just phenomenal. He won 4 world championships in a row starting in 2017, going all the way to 2020. He almost won in 2021, but we'll get into that controversy a little later in the video. So, from where he was to being just 6th in the 2022 season, something went incredibly wrong. First of all, Red Bull and Ferrari got a lot stronger than they were. Both have stellar drivers and cars that blow the Mercedes W13 away on the straights. Secondly, Mercedes made a terrible car. It's an absolutely horrible vehicle, heavy and slow as a Toyota Corolla on the straights. Okay, not that bad, but you get the point. Lastly, Hamilton is extremely upset with everything that happened in Abu Dhabi. It seems like he's failed to let that one go, something he'll have to deal with if he wants any shot at being a world champion again. Next up, Hamilton is on the brink of having his first ever winless F1 season. The former F1 champion is only a handful of races away from something he's never done before. This is an extremely unwanted record, but the British megastar is on the brink of going an entire season without registering a single win, something he hasn't done in his 15 years of F1 racing. Not once. Unfortunately though, his vehicle has been off the pace. Red Bull and Max Verstappen, who Hamilton has claimed to be almost unbeatable, have proven race after race how fast and in front they are. And now, Hamilton is staring down the barrel of not recording a single win. When talking about this sad reality, the Briton stated, "We have to be realistic, that Red Bull is almost unbeatable. It's going to take some real doing to beat that car." He further elaborated that Mercedes just hasn't caught up to the energy drink company when it comes to performance. He acknowledged that since they don't have any upgrades coming up anytime soon, they'll need luck, a lot of luck, to be able to beat Max Verstappen. It's not completely impossible. He'll just need our prayers and a darn good drive, and maybe for someone to steal Verstappen's keys before the race. Kidding, of course. F1 cars don't have keys. Duh. At the same time though, we do need to accept that Verstappen has won the last 5 races, and there are no signs of him slowing down. Moving on, do the events in Abu Dhabi have anything to do with this? Let's revisit a painful memory, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, because whatever's happening right now started all the way back last year. On lap 53, Latifi crashed into turn 14, summoning the safety car. Before all of this, Hamilton had secured a 13-second lead over Verstappen while on his way to winning the 8th championship of his life. But anyways, this reduced their lead, and the Red Bull stopped for soft tires while Hamilton was still on hard. And then all of a sudden, lapped cars, which gave a crucial buffer between Hamilton and Verstappen, were allowed to unlap themselves, something unprecedented. Of course, with just 1 lap remaining and Verstappen's soft tires, he was easily able to secure the lead, winning the 2021 World Championship. Hamilton didn't even talk about this whole thing after it happened. He only opened up recently, stating how he wasn't even able to get out of his own car. It was soul-crushing for the guy, and since then, he's just lost his edge, lost his hunger, and his aggressiveness. Even though there's a plethora of reasons why he isn't doing so well, we feel that the Abu Dhabi GP is indirectly one of them. Let's hope he learns from his mistakes right now and works towards finally winning that 8th championship in the next few seasons. Up next, Hamilton has plenty of fuel left in the tank. 37 might not sound that much to y'all, but it's pretty old in F1 numbers. He's already the 2nd oldest on the grid. However, according to Hamilton, he has plenty of fuel in the tank to continue his career beyond the 2023 season. He's had a little over 300 races right now, but he thinks he can reach the 400 race mark. That's over 5 seasons. There's no way he's planning to retire in the next couple of years. On top of that, he has claimed that he's very proud of all that he and Mercedes have been doing and what they have been able to achieve so far. He still looks forward to waking up every morning and working with what he's called an incredible group of people. Not only does he want to continue racing, but it seems like he doesn't want to part ways with Mercedes either. Now, that's a reason for us fans to bring out the champagne. He also admitted that the current season isn't going quite well and that he'd like to get back to winning ways. Now, that gives us some hope, doesn't it? That shows us he's determined to fix whatever's wrong and win at least one more championship. After this season, Max will have 2 trophies, so if the Briton can win the next, it'll be long before anyone in the sport can even be close to breaking his record, and he'll go down in history as the best ever F1 driver. And while it's absolutely crucial to manage on-track performance, he and his team really need to also put their time into the workshop and figure out how to make this darn thing faster, because with this pace, he might continue to have more winless seasons. Other news, and that's that that, as far as his first ever winless season is concerned. Now, let's take a minute or two to talk about some other things happening in the world of F1, just so we can keep you all updated. Oh, and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. First of all, a former F1 driver criticizes the sport. Alexander Rossi, a former F1 driver, has criticized the current super license system in the motorsport. He's standing up for Colton Herta, an IndyCar driver that would have replaced Pierre Gasly. However, Herta didn't qualify for the super license because he didn't have enough points. It seemed like the FIA was going to make an exception for him, but the team is now going with Nick DeVries. He has claimed that the point of the super license was to stop people from buying their way into the sport. However, it's so exclusive that it's done exactly that. Seems like the FIA really needs to get its act together and fix this. Let's talk about Daniel Ricciardo. This is sad, extremely sad, but Danny Rich will not be on the grid next season, and he's not likely to return. After being sacked by McLaren, no one else offered him a seat. On top of that, we have lots of junior drivers eyeing whatever open F1 seats are available. He has claimed that he doesn't want to jump in a car just for the sake of it, so whatever decision he'll make, it'll be well thought out. It's sad to see that someone so great has ended up here without a seat. Let's hope he can find his footing in another motorsport, maybe IndyCar or Formula E. Last but not the least, questions are being raised over Monza's future. A crowd of 336,000 folks for the 3 days proved the booming popularity of the sport, but the infrastructure and organization at Monza struggled to cope with all these people. There were numerous complaints about long queues and lack of facilities. There was also a lack of views because of general overcrowding, and due to a token system, fans struggled to get food and water, and that triggered even more queues. All that chaos is now making the FIA wonder if it's even worth it to have Monza on the calendar in the next seasons. This will be really sad, considering how amazing of a track it is. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you folks think Hamilton can manage to secure a win before the season ends? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. See you at the next one.